How you going?
Hey, how you doing, Junaid?
I'm doing good.
Where we at, Junaid? Where we at?
We are at B&H Photo representing some really sexy hot gear at Podcast Movement 2025.
Do you know what B and H stands for?
It stands for...
Hi, shit talkers. Welcome to Talk Shit with Pete. And I am your host, Paula, the shit talker.
Shit talking, always rocking. Shit talkers, come on and drop in. Shit talk is always shocking. Talking shit with Pete, yeah.
I mean, don't we all like talking shit anyways? Talk Shit with Pete is the podcast for you.
Talking shit with Pete, yeah.
You know what? It's probably somebody's name's initials. Who knows?
So, Junaid,
But I want to hear what you think.
I really don't know, and I should have asked them, but I'm grateful for them for allowing us to record here.
Yeah.
You do know that I'm ending my podcast, right?
You're ending your podcast because it's going to,
We have done enough
be a
shit.
phoenix.
We
We're done shitting, guys.
have more shit to shit out of Talk Shit with Pete. But season 10, I wanted it to be all about growth,
Yeah.
redirection, rebranding, knowing when to stop. Because I feel like sometimes when people decide to end something, they feel like it's a failure. Like maybe I failed, right? But sometimes you
You
need
did.
to step back to get a clear picture of where it's going.
I think what you're saying is that after you've done 4 years of high school, you don't want to stay there, right? You're graduating. So you're not ending the show. The show is graduating.
Exactly.
It's going to have a certificate and it's going to, all that good stuff.
So how long have we known each other, Junaid?
I think about 3 to 4 years.
So I asked this to everybody who comes on my podcast for season 10. When you met me, what was your impression and what is your impression right now after all those 3 years?
So when I first met you, I didn't really know who you were. And I was like, wow, this is a very high energy human being. And I didn't know that you had a podcast. I only discovered that very recently, maybe 2 years ago, right? And you've probably been doing a ton of conversation, ton of talks over the years. But the more I got to know you, the more I knew how deep of a heart-centered person you are. Right.
And it's funny you said you didn't know I had a podcast because I've realized whenever I go to, because we meet each other in so many
Yes, we do.
conferences. Whenever I go to these conferences, I realize I don't like talking about my podcast or telling people. I like to know about them.
Yes.
All they do and connect them with everybody I meet. I'm like, how did I meet this guy? So it's not surprising that you didn't know.
Yeah.
And maybe also because I feel like Talk Shit with P was like my baby, right? So
Yes.
there's some ways, yes, you want it out there, but you also like, not everybody needs to listen to it. I'm one of the few people who are like, I don't care about, don't give me downloads. Like, don't find me. Like, do you know
Sure.
what shit I talk in there? Like, do I really want you to see my personality in real life?
Yeah. You know what I'm hearing here, Paula, is that the podcast was more of an outlet. It's more like a journal. It's more like a diary, right? Not everybody reads a personal diary, but a personal diary is for us to remove the things that are holding us back, right? So that's what the podcast was doing for you, is now that you removed all the things that were holding you back, you are on another level, right? And when I started my podcast, I didn't tell anybody about it either. For 1 year, I didn't promote, I didn't talk about it, I didn't do nothing. All I was doing is the reps. It's those early years and those early days when you go into the gym. Like, I don't want to tell anybody I'm working out, because then they're going to be like, hey, did you go work out today? Like, no.
Everybody's going to know when I work out because, baby, I made it to the gym. You got to know. You will see these pictures. And
Yeah.
maybe I showed up for like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah,
but I have
yeah.
It's the short to prove I went to the gym.
Yeah.
Speaking of your podcast, you're one of the people who I know who has. Please tell the people, how many episodes do you have? How many have you recorded?
Sure. So I've recorded about 700 guests on the show.
like, dang.
That's 700 hours of talking to a new person. Unless I bring, people back to the show.
I love it. And how do you keep going? Like, for right now, I keep telling everybody I'm ending it, but who knows, in 1 year, maybe I might come. Like, I am so happy and proud of my podcast because of everything that it has brought for me. Because I feel like everybody wants to go viral with their podcast, but they're missing that. Look at the opportunities that podcast has given you, the rooms that podcast has, because that's also leverage, right?
It is, yes.
So, how have you been able to keep the momentum going? Because 700 is not. I'm just on.
It's not an easy number, right? So the idea behind a podcast or behind my podcast is, number one, it's evolving with me, right? So I started as documenting my beekeeping journey. Then it evolved to interviewing people who've made it. Then it's involved, then pivoting again to just focus on their intro journeys and then focusing on how they keep moving. So it's been an evolution for me as well, but it's another way for me to soft invite somebody into my world, right? So way for me to invite somebody that I've met for the first time to come into my world. So not only am I providing them with a platform, but I'm also getting to know them as a human being, as a person. And who knows, maybe in the future, you become business partner or you're doing collaborations with them. So that's been keeping me going on why I keep doing the podcast. The other reason why I keep doing it is a way to show my kids, I'm like, hey, look at all of these people. What are they doing? What's possible for them? And how amazing, it is when you get to, control this. So those are some of the reasons for why I do it.
But I'm curious, how did you get into bees?
How did I get into bees? I love that question.
Rap Shit with P is more than just a name. It's what we do. We make visions come alive. From branding and merch to curated gifting and virtual assistant services. We help creatives, entrepreneurs, and businesses show up bigger, bolder, and better. So if you're ready to level up your vision, connect with us on IG at rapshitwithp or rapshitwithp@gmail.com. And that's WRAPSHITWITHP, rapshitwithp@gmail.com or rapshitwithp on Instagram. Rapshit with P, where access meets energy, where passion meets execution, and where every detail gets wrapped with love and excitement. So here's to season 10, the final season of Talk Shit with P.
Well, I love Queen Bee, Beyonce, so I got to get some.
I'm a Rihanna stan. I'm sorry, but go on.
It's all right. I'm only
We're in Texas.
I'm only happy when it rains, you know what I'm saying?
All right. So Queen Bee,
So the reason I got into beekeeping is, number one, a few years ago, we took my son to an allergist, and he was just 2 years old, and they did all these pinpricks on him to discover, what foods is he allergic to. And then as an offhand comment, the doctor goes, local honey is really good for seasonal allergies. I was like, ooh, local honey. I gotta give me some of that. Now, if it was a normal person, they would just go to the
organic store
or farmer's market and get some local honey. But no, I had to become a beekeeper.
Of course you did.
Right? So 7-8 years later, I finally were in a home that we can have beehives. So I started learning about beekeeping, and then I was just constantly watching videos on YouTube about beekeeping. And then the last one that I watched, the guy's like, hey, if you really want to become a beekeeper, you need to go join a local beekeepers association. And that's where my journey started to becoming a beekeeper.
So are there Junaid honey out there?
There's I call it the sweet raw honey that I was selling a few years ago, but that was, again, it has graduated.
Damn, so I'm not gonna get a honey.
I might have some bottles. I might be able to send them over.
You better send me some honey. So Junaid, thank you so much for your time. But before we call it off, because it's happy hour soon somewhere. I gotta get a Budweiser and stuff. But
Okay, listen up, y'all. I'm about to give you all a great ass tip, okay? Y'all know I barely read my DMs, and God, don't get me started on tracking my links. But now I'm low-key organized. And you want to know why? You want to know what the secret is? Stampede Social. So Stampede Social, it's like if Instagram, Linktree, and your favorite social media intern had a baby, but with boundaries and vibes, lots of vibes. You get a full dashboard that tracks what people are actually clicking on. Now, wouldn't you like to know that? Like I do, and I enjoy it. I've been obsessed with it. Like for once, I know which post made you run to my link and which ones flopped harder than my ex's mixtape. Sorry. Plus, here's a kicker. Get this right. There's a 7-day free trial because we don't do commitments without a test drive, y'all. And if you're feeling spicy, or should I say extra spicy, use code Paula20. Yes, that's PAULA 20 for 20% off a plan every month for life. Yes, forever, ever, 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 forever, ever, ever. So if you're a content creator, podcaster, or just tired of shouting into the void, go check out Stampede Social because your content deserves better than link in bio with zero context. Again, that's Paula20, PAULA 20. Because I love you, but I love organized chaos even more. Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say I didn't share. Don't say I didn't give you the good. Don't come back to me complaining because it's right there. Go on now. Go get your 7-day free trial. Thank me later.
For a person who's, again, our mind plays tricks on us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though sometimes like, right now, this is what I need to do, but it's just kind of like a bittersweet. Like even with me with my podcast, I'm like, I kind of don't want to end it, but I need to for right now. So for a person who's judging themselves, so thinking they're failed instead of looking at it as like, no, as you say,
You
you're
graduated,
graduating.
yeah.
What advice would you have for them? Or in that road cross of, should I stop? Should I quit? Should I rebrand? Because sometimes also rebranding, people think like they failed, but
Right.
it's
an evolution.
we have seen businesses rebrand, TV shows, everything. People rebrand all the time.
Yes. So you could definitely do a rebrand of the show, but what you also want to do is look at how much time are you spending on the podcast in the post-production, because there's 10 levels of podcasting, right? One level is just a conversation. That's the most fun hour, right? Everything else is what
After that,
right? It's the after edits. And that's what causes pod fade, right? So see if you can find a team that can assist you. See if you can bring in interns that not only are you teaching them podcast editing, post-production, whatnot, but you're also empowering them. So think of that. How can you bring in people that are new to this? And it could even be, going to the local university and like, hey, do you have interns? Do you have people or students that are going to your podcast program? Oh, can I teach them? Can I bring them on? So again, that creates a new level of purpose for you, what you're doing with the podcast.
But these kids these days, they don't like doing anything for free. Everybody's all about money. These kids are built different. Well, back in the day, we used to be interning and volunteer because it does build credit.
You're absolutely right, and you're hanging with the wrong people.
Okay,
Right.
I hang out in my room by myself.
There are people that would happily come work with you, come learn from you, because it all comes down, okay, what are you giving out back to the community? You're giving out love. You're giving out so much like you're hyping everybody up, right? You're hyping them. So that's a really powerful power. Cheerleaders don't get paid to cheer their team on.
Oh yeah, I found out how much Dallas Cowboys, but they love, they're so passionate, but they get paid penniless.
That's
but they put in
exactly
so
right.
much. So I feel like when you get people who are also passionate, or they want to grow their craft and all that. So I love that. Earlier today, when you were interviewing me, you asked me, what is the one question I always ask? So I'm going to bring it back here and ask you, because we are all about mental health again. So how do you deal with your mental health? What tricks and tips do you use to get yourself in the right head when your head is giving you all that craziness going on.
My friend,
especially now, there's a lot going on out there.
Yeah.
So our minds wander. Even sometimes you're like trying not to. So what do you do?
So let me tell you what I do and what people have been doing. So there was a report out just a few months ago. The number one reason why people use ChatGPT, you know what that is? The number one reason is for personal development. They want a companion. They want somebody that's helping them stay on task, somebody to give their life meaning and structure. And guess what? Guess where you can find those three things already. And people have been using or finding those three things for the past decades or centuries. It's religion, right? So Islam, as my religion, being Muslim, it brings me structure, it brings me companionship, and it gives me a purpose of why am I even here on this planet. So I go back to God. I go back to, hey God, what do I need to do? What am I doing in this world, right? So the number one reason that we're here in this world is to, number one, worship. Number two is to help others. So when I find that, am I in alignment with what God wants me to do? And if I am, then, I'm happy. And then is it giving me joy? So again, I go back to God and ask him, and I pray and say, okay, what can I do? How can I level up other people's lives? So that's what I do for.
I like that. And that's so true, because the first time I started getting really depressed and understanding what depression was, my mom literally was the one who told me, was like, Paula, pray. Yes. God will give you the answer. And the more I started praying, it felt like your shoulder, like some heaviness is being lifted off your shoulder. And me and Loyalty, shout out to my girl Loyalty over there. Yeah, whenever awesome. we go through so much, and whenever we're on the call, we're like, we are constantly telling each other, like, God got us. Like, as long as we got faith and God, we pray, like, she's doing amazing. She's in the church helping the youth. So also surrounding yourselves with people who align with you and your purpose is also a big factor. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. But before we leave, let the people know all the incredible shit you do, because you are an author, you are a podcaster, you are a studio maker, video creator. You are amazing, doing incredible shit. And I just want people to know that. So let the people know all the amazing stuff and where they can find you.
Well, Paula, thank you so much for bringing me on. It's been a pleasure getting to chat with you, getting to grow with you, getting to learn about you.
And we have sound.
And we have sound this time. Oh, my God. Earlier this year, we recorded an episode and there was no audio because the microphones had died and I forgot to charge them. But you can find me at Super Junaid on all the social media platforms. If you want to learn more about building home studios, head on over to homestudiomastery.com. And you can check out my podcast wherever you listen, hacksandhobbies.com, where I interview amazing guests on the show.
Okay, one last question. This is closing up for real.
I need to bring you on too.
I know. It's about damn time.
It's about damn time. Yeah.
700 people. Who has been that? I know it's hard to pick like one conversation. I have a hard time when people tell me, what was your favorite episode? I'm like, all of them. That's why they came on my show. Yeah. Like, excuse me. Yeah. Why wouldn't I bring somebody who I know I'm going to... But is there an episode? So for people who don't know your show, right? And they would want to jump in.
Yeah.
What would be the first episode you would recommend them to be like, this is the one that either you're going to get hooked or you're going to say, fuck the show? Yeah.
So my favorite episode after so many episodes has been one with Miss Heather Parody. And then very recently, I got to interview my good friend and podcast legend, Pat Flynn, on the show. So,
oh my God, yeah.
Check that one out.
And I'm a big fan of Heather, and I got to meet her when Junaid came to Atlanta and did that. And she's amazing. You know, sometimes when you see people online and then you meet them and they're even better than they are.
Better than they are. Oh my God, that's so true. Yes.
So thank you so much. Thank you to be an...
Thank you to be in photo. Yeah.
This is all because of them. And thank you for Junaid. We didn't plan this. I just pulled him and we're like, let's talk it up. So thank you for having time for me.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Ship Talkers, for tuning in and spending your valuable time with us. We appreciate you. To connect with us more, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter and catch all the shit-talking vibes before anybody else. You can subscribe to our newsletter through our website, www.talkshitwithp.com, and or our merchandise website www.talkshitrepeat.shop. And while you're there, feel free to shop away. Talkshit Repeat is available on all social media platforms with the handle Talkshit Repeat. Follow us and engage with us. Better yet, if you're feeling generous, give us a review on Apple Podcasts and or rate us on Spotify. You can also share a beer with me. Where my beer lovers at? I mean, what better way to support the movement than sharing a beer with me by buying me a beer at buymecoffee.com. Thank you for listening, sharing, engaging, and support in any way that you do. Remember, new episodes are out every Wednesday, and for part 2, if any, on Fridays. Let's talk and all listen to some shit. Happy shit talking.
Do we just stop?
We could just walk away and hit stop on the thing over there. Edit it out.
No, you're please. It's just saying. Can we do one picture, please?